What up, viewers, and welcome to the next episode of the Shoobie and Simba show. Did you miss my face? You did, didn't you? Or Garrett's just got old. You know, one of the two. No, don't even start with me. I've been gone for, forever. And if you hate me, I understand. Wait a minute. No, I fucking don't. You all have lives. You know how it goes. Fuck you! No, but in reality, guys, I'm actually really sorry that I've been gone for so long. As Garrett explained in one of his videos, we've had huge technical difficulties. Mostly me, obviously, because he comes out with videos like every 2 days. I don't think he does much else. But for me, every time I think my computer actually likes me, it reminds me that it, doesn't. But the good news is, I'm back! So, let's get started. Oh, wait, I almost forgot. Other good news. Garrett finally made me an intro. So, without further ado, the first official intro of Simba's Simple Life. Anyway, so, back to today's episode. I got an email from this guy, who unfortunately decided it was time that he wanted to break up with his girlfriend. But he had a two-sided question for me. 1. How do you know it's really time to break it off and you're not overreacting to whatever's going on in your situation? And 2, what is the best way to do it without ending up on an episode of Snapped?
I'm not going to lie to you here. I'm a little uncomfortable.
Oh, just relax. We're going to be here for a while.
So, since we're starting with when to do it, I decided to turn it around and start with when not to do it. Number 1, if she says...
Can you see that? I'm pregnant.
Do not break up with her. That is a terrible idea. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? No, you're both in this together. Now it's time to step up and do the right thing. Or if you're actually suspicious, you might want to go to Jerry Springer and get that old DNA test, if you know what I'm saying. Who knows, you might end up like this nigga.
When it comes to 8-month-old Brian, Kiari, you are not...
No, but seriously, if it's yours and you know it's yours, take care of your baby and your girl and just make it work because that's your responsibility. Number 2. Now guys, be honest with yourselves. We all have those things that we see in a girl that is attractive on just about any girl. So, getting to the point, if you see said girl with said attributes, do not leave your girlfriend for her. No, not a good idea. Looks aren't everything. They are a portion of it, yes, but not everything. And you'll probably regret it at the end of the day. Now, number 3 has a lot to do with number 2. Being that number 3 is, if you get a text or social media message or are contacted in any way by a girl that you used to have feelings for or had a crush on back in school. Now I'm talking about this girl that in high school or middle school you saw her all the time and you either knew her or not necessarily knew her, but you always thought she was cute. You always pictured what it would be like to go on a date with her, be with her, or just plain out get with her. But if she somehow just magically poofs right back into your life, don't go for it. Because eventually, that whole novelty of getting with this girl is going to wear off. And she's going to turn into a normal girl just like everybody else. And it's not going to be worth what you just did to your old girlfriend. Number 4. And this is probably the most commonly used reason to break up with someone. Your first big fight. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, but Simba, she a bitch. I don't need that shit, man. I don't need it. I'm hot. I'm from the streets. Or... for you ladies out there. But Simba, he's an asshole. All he does is treat me like shit. And his No, just breathe. Just breathe. It's gonna be okay. No relationship is ever perfect. You are going to get into fights, and that's okay. Now, depending on what the fights are about, you might want to consider leaving that person. And or if the fights are like all the time. But an occasional fight between you two is okay. It's healthy, and it's going to happen because you two are not the same person. Now, just to be clear, I'm talking about verbal arguments. This is more for my guys than my girls. If he gets physical with her, you're going to get the cops called on you, and you guys are going to break up anyway. So, if your girl catches you on a bad day, put the boxing gloves back in the garage where you found them, and just talk it out. But don't necessarily leave at the first sign of war. Now, number 5 is a common reason for your first big fight in a relationship, so they kind of go hand in hand. If her friends don't like you, or if your friends don't like her. Now, again, depending on why they don't like that person or why her friends don't like you, you might want to consider breaking up. For example, if your best friend since 2nd grade saw her cheating on a dude, and then you see a picture of it on Instagram, yeah, that's a pretty good reason not to like your girlfriend. But if they just don't like the change in you, that you have less time to hang out with them because you're hanging out with her, that's a really stupid reason not to like your girlfriend, and you should stay with her, because it's your life and they should respect your decision to be with her. Now, let's get to the reasons why you should break up with your girlfriend or boyfriend. I mentioned this in the last list. If she cheats on you, this should be a no-brainer. But sadly, in today's society, it isn't, and I don't understand it. If you get cheated on, leave. She's obviously happier with somebody else. And guess what? No matter how much you fight for her, you'll never truly win her back. Why? Because this best you that you bring forward when you're trying to get her back from whoever she went with isn't the real you. It's forced. And after a while, whether the real you is good or bad, you're going to slip back into that habit because that's just who you are. And if that's not good enough for her, then it never will be. So go find someone who actually appreciates you for being you. This is rare with girls, but some are just like this. It may not be you or your personality. They just might need some, And that's okay. Just tell them, you do you, boo-boo. I'll catch you later. As hard of a pill it is to swallow, she might just not be able to be tied down, and you just gotta accept that. There are more girls on this planet than guys, so go find yourself someone nice. Number 2, if her family doesn't like you. Now, again, this is more for extreme cases. Because if they don't like you just at the beginning of a relationship, because the girl you're dating is their only daughter, for example, and you get the classic old man saying, "No one's good enough for my little girl," then you might just have to give it some time, and they'll warm up to you. But if you come home to this, or this, or you get a call like the guy from Taken when they steal his daughter, then it's probably time to leave, because I don't think they're ever going to like you. Number 3, if your core personalities are different. Because I know some of you are going to come at me like, I realize that, and I respect that point, because it's true. Some opposites do attract to each other. If your core personalities are so different that you can't even find something to do on a date night, you might have some issues. Like, if you're an outdoorsy, really social, out there person, and she's a every day of my life, I just want to binge Netflix and eat popcorn type of person, then that might not work for very long. Because over time, you guys are going to start getting into fights over what you want to do, and the other person doesn't understand why you want to do those things, and vice versa. So, for the most part, opposites do attract. But it is also important to find someone that has common interests with you so that you don't get bored or fight over stupid stuff. Number 4, different religious beliefs. Now this really applies to later down the line when you're getting serious and ready to settle down with someone for a long time. But as you progress towards that stage, this is an important thing to consider. As you start to meet families or they start to meet yours, you really want to think about what religion they are and which one you are. Reason being that it can cause some pretty big conflicts in your relationship. Even worse, they're a belief system that you're probably not going to budge very much on. So your arguments probably aren't going to lead to much anything. Just more fighting and insulting and trying to prove each other wrong or prove themselves right. Now, if you're willing to convert or she's willing to convert, then it can work out. But if you truly want to stay steadfast in your faith and it's important to you, it might not be the best idea. Sometimes a small difference in doctrine may not be that big of a deal. But if you meet someone and you're having a conversation and they say, what religion are you? And you say Christian, and you ask back and they say Satan worshiper, you might not even want to give that a try. Clearly, accepting each other's views is going to be a lot more difficult. Now, let's get to how to break up with someone. Before I even start, I just want to say that breaking up requires a lot of thought and consideration before you do it. Meaning that make sure final is final. If you have a legitimate reason why you broke up with someone, going back to them probably won't fix that reason. Because if the person tells you that they'll change and that they're different or better, why would they be? Yeah, they lost you because of it and that's what you said, but they got you back! Of course they're going to be the same because without even proving that they changed, you went back to them. But another thing to think about is, make sure you express your concerns as the relationship is going on. Don't just spring it on them one day and say, hey, I hate this, we're over. Not a good idea. By the time you actually decide to end things, they should well be aware of why it's happening. Make your concerns well known, give time for change, and if it doesn't work out, then do what you gotta do. T. Swift said it best. Now, with regards to specifically how to do it, I would not suggest voicemail message. And do you want to know why? I know there are going to be a few people out there that disagree with me, but let's be honest here. When's the last time you truly left a voicemail message? Or, when's the last time the person you called and it went to voicemail actually had their voicemail recorder set up? Exactly. So, on that note, it's a really impersonal idea. Leading to my next don't. Text message. Come on. Really? Do I really have to expand on this one? I mean, it's just words. It's not inflection or feeling or anything. It's just words. For all they know, someone else could have written it for you. So don't do it. It's a really, really bad idea if you actually have respect for the person and want to leave on the best note possible. Leading to my best method to break up with someone. Can you guess what it is? That's right. Face to face. And no, I don't mean Skype or FaceTime. Smartass. I mean legitimately get together with them face to face, talk it out. Going back to when I said final is final, it really shouldn't be that bad. Could it turn into World War III? Absolutely. But what you gotta get good at is just telling them that it's done and leaving. It's not a discussion. It's not how both of you feel. It's not even an argument. You're breaking up with someone. So do what you gotta do and bounce out. That's it. It'll make your life a whole lot of a heck easier. Bottom line, guys, is breaking up is never easy to do, but we all gotta do it at some point. So, in short, make sure you have a justifiable reason. Make your concerns known throughout the relationship so they know it's coming. If they don't change. And if it comes down to it, just be respectful as possible, be a big person, and handle your business. Life moves on. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. It was a lot of fun. I apologize again for being gone for so long. Forgive me. No, but seriously, guys, I really am going to get better. So, if you enjoyed this video, if you could leave a like and subscribe below, that'd be awesome. Also, if you like my face and this video, then you'll like this one where I talk about what to do when you're bored and alone. And if you happen to like Garrett's face a little more and movies, you'll love this video where he reviews Mission Impossible Rogue Nation. Also remember that you can email me at shoobieandsimba@gmail.com for relationship questions or comment below. And I'm also going to reach out to you guys and say comment below anything that you want to see different in my videos. Being new to YouTube, I don't really know what it's all about. At the end of the day, I'm making this to please you guys, so whatever you guys want to see, I'm willing to go for it to a certain extent. So be painfully honest, and I'll try to do my best to fix it. Alright, see you next time. As always, love you. Late.